Okay, looks like we are recording, and as that suggests, it's Viscera detail. I mean, what can I say? I'm pretty sure it's Doom Eternal that just finished up, and that was only 13 parts, so to finish out the week, I need another thing that's odd number videos, so back to here. And, because I don't want to forget, there. So like I have been doing, I'm playing some of the music I have that's from the YouTube audio library that is license free. I don't even have to say where I got it from or give any kind of credit. I'd like to, but I don't remember all of them. But up now is Gravity Drive. Experimental gravitational population vessel, size medium, average length 2 hours. Hopefully that will work out that I have an odd number of videos. We'll see. And one thing that I need to try doing, at least I want to try doing, is carrying the buckets stacked. And by the way, I am... Oh boy. We have a lack of gravity. Very bad lack of gravity. Lovely. Hey. Well, at least maybe I can avoid... Nope. And my brain partially turned off. Don't you hate it when that happens? This is horrible. I need to go around and find stuff though. Oh, I didn't start the timer. There we go. That's right. I'm playing this. I decided to try. I don't know if it'll help any, but you know, it shouldn't hurt any. How do I? Guess it's just stuck down there. Man. Is it? Yeah, it is like that. Oh no. I'm gonna avoid that for a little bit. But I am playing this 60 with the 64-bit version and using DirectX 11. I'm hoping performance will be better. It looked better in the office, but and now it's not looking that great. But that could just be the whole, you know, it's right now. There's a lot going on. Oh my God, this is just disgusting. That's that. What do we have here? I'm just gonna walk through it all. So many spikes. Okay. So the bucket machine is over here, which is good. But where's the... Oh, is this it? Yeah. There. So it looks like that's how... Oh, perfect. There. Looks like... Well, that's annoying. But I'm guessing that is how I get stuff out. Oh, so disgusting. Let's clean up right here. I mean, in a way, though, this is kind of nice that the way I've got to get rid of the stuff is right next to the bucket machine. But oh boy. Oh man. There is blood just floating. There is a part of me, by the way, that is tempted to look up the level just to see if I can get any information about the situation with the buckets. Like, is there a way to not spill them every single time? Because, I mean, that's murder. That's just murder. And let us be jolly and drown melancholy. And we'll roar like two British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roll across the salt sea till we strike soundings. Yep. From Washington to Sydney is 34 leagues. Oh, that didn't help anyway. Is this side gonna be any better, maybe? Nope. I'm gonna focus on cleaning up the blood out here, then I'm gonna worry about cleaning up the blood in it. You know what, let me just... Now just, what is this, gravity? Gravity drive, I think? Alright, there's the wiki page for it. Let me just look up book as well. Apparently there is a means, I gotta turn that down on my side of it. Apparently there is a means to turn off the gravity. Well, did I guess turn this off? Oh, this... It should prove helpful. In fact, I can get more lemons out of the bucket. But okay, that does give me a path here. And that I'm gonna clean up the airlock, then I'm going to work my way over there to get to the gravity machine so I can turn it on and off as I wish. And yeah. At least one thing I did see somebody say, this wasn't at the wiki, I just was seeing a Steam forum thread talking about it, is that apparently they will never spill when in low gravity. So, well, spill and make a mess. It's like, obviously they were spilling, it just wasn't ruining. Yep, probably spent, yeah. Obviously, that's just going to become messy, so I don't really care about cleaning it out on the inside. Yet. This one over so I know it's the current dirty one. Yeah. Probably a flashlight would be Oh, actually, wait, I can just adjust the gamma, couldn't I? Hang on. Oh, wrong one. Oh wait, that's much better. That's much better. Very helpful. There we go. I don't know. These, I might have a place to put them. So I'm not gonna just vent them. So one thing I discovered I could do, I'm not doing it currently, but I could. Apparently, the audio interface I use for the microphone, which also then serves as the sound card for my computer, I've known for a while it gives me more than one audio output device. I now realize that those are separate enough devices that I could, for example, run the music to the other device, so that way I can record the game and the music separately and then mix them later. In theory, I could do that, so it's like I could normalize the game to be louder, but it's like I have that intentionally turned down some, so that would defeat the point. But it does mean, in theory, if I ever do get somebody to play with me in any of these games, I could then, like have their audio on a different channel from me, which will help with processing. Alright. It's easier to do this than to go up and try to get a bin. that looks like the last of this core. You know, I'm just gonna run this one straight. There it is. Okay, that has to be the last use on this bucket. I was tempted. I really was tempted to just vent it now, but I don't see what benefit that would get me. This is performance annoying. Hey, that also kind of reminds me of something. So currently it's rumored, though by the time these videos come out we'll know for a fact one way or the other, that AMD may release XT versions of some of the consumer targeting CPUs, Ryzen 3000 CPUs. So not in like Threadripper. That's not consumer targeting at all. Yeah, and these would be clocked a bit higher than the original versions, but in theory will include like the 3900. So there could be a 3900 XT, I think is the name the room is suggesting. So 12 core that, like in theory, I could just drop into the test system. That would be clocked a fair bit higher normally than what I'm currently using, the 1950X, while being, I don't know, maybe $500 less. The expectation is that AMD is partly doing this to counter Intel's new offerings, and so they drop the price on the normal versions, release these that would be more competitive, thanks to the higher clock speed. Or at least one rumor was also suggesting that apparently AMD's managed such IPC improvement that the that even in single thread, the 3900 XT would be beating the Intel part. I mean, I don't know, but I would just, you know, still be like, well, even if it doesn't clock as high, even if it doesn't perform quite as well, you know, it's you could build a system around that CPU, the AMD CPU, that would, you know, in total pull about 350 watts, whereas apparently you can get with some overclocking the power consumption for just the Intel CPU to 300 watts. That's a bit nuts. I'm quite loud. I've been running this Threadripper system that I'm using right now, which at one point I actually was running 2 GPUs in it. But I've been running it with a 750 watt power supply, and I'll bet it's never really crossed even 500. So the idea that, you know, an Intel consumer targeting chip, now true, is overclocking, and that changes everything. But it's still the fact that that alone can reach 300. I mean, it's... And man, Intel's gonna be hurting so bad once they finally move off of 14 nanometer. Because, yeah, once they are off of 14 nanometer, they will be able to have much better efficiency. But it will be so unrefined compared to 14 nanometer that there will be a clock speed decrease. Later. I don't know, we'll just see what's gonna happen. I mean, at least Intel finally with these new CPUs, price and performance-wise, have actually said, oh, you know what, we should be competitive. Instead of charging like $1-2 more for a CPU that only can win in things because it has a higher clock speed. But it'll lose basically anything that's core dependent to now, oh, you know what, let's actually have you in this price makes sense. And really though, the thing I'm most looking forward to, not that this CPU stuff isn't interesting, I'm looking forward to the new GPUs. More so the AMD GPUs than the NVIDIA ones, but the NVIDIA ones will still be interesting because we'll have the 2nd gen RT cores in there. So the ray tracing stuff will finally, on NVIDIA's side, become decent. I'm sorry, I've collected too much data at 920 by 1080 with ray tracing. It's like, for the visual improvement you get, it is so minor, if you can even spot it. And the performance hit is so large. I want to see the 2nd gen RT core, so it's like, hey, this is actually something that it's worth enabling. And if anyone watches this and it's like, oh, but what about even like the Minecraft RTX? That's a fantastic thing. Okay, let me tell you something. That's a cheat. They've enabled so many other effects in that are not part of ray tracing or path tracing, is technically what's using it. That it's ridiculous. It's like the whole Quake 2 RTX versus Q2 VKPT. There we go. It's like Q2 VKPT is actually, hey, I took Quake 2, and it is a I, because not me I, but one person I. And what was it? A doctoral thesis kind of thing? Very, very bright guy, clearly. But he just, put together a open source Vulkan Path Tracer, took Quake 2 because you can actually edit anything to that engine, to the graphics engine, and stuck it in there. It's like, that's what the game looks like with path tracing on. Quake 2 RTX is what the game looks like when you use path tracing, and you also bring in normal maps, you bring in physically based rendering, you bring in all these other things that have nothing to do with ray tracing. It has to do with just modern graphics. But it still is I do see it as this is finally having the next gen RT cores will be helpful. And it'll also be interesting to see how the AMD stuff compares. Which right now I think it's completely fair to consider whatever AMD does. Having not seen any of that stuff yet, 2nd gen, because they've had enough time to be working on it. And they've been doing ray tracing stuff for many years. That, it's not like it's it's something brand new. It's no, this is what we put together based on our years of experience working with this kind of stuff and seeing what others are doing. So, oh, there it is. Okay, I will need that. The welder is what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm looking forward to all that stuff. And then, of course, we will have the Intel GPUs at some point, which should prove interesting. Because I guess one way to look at it with the Intel GPUs is this. What happens when you have an upstart, meaning they have no formal background in this, they can basically devise their own approach. So you got this upstart that has tens of billions of dollars that they can throw at this project, and that includes hiring people that are true experts in the field. What happens? Like, well, maybe they get these GPUs, and that could be very interesting to see. But one thing I am a little curious about, I actually don't remember if I've seen anything about it. Because AMD and NVIDIA have cross-licensing deals because they both have patents that neither of them could do a GPU without technology described by those patents, so I did kind of wonder then. Intel's had a cross-licensing deal with NVIDIA for a while. I think they kind of dropped that, though, and that they went in AMD, but I don't remember what the full state of that is. Because I think it was also like, oh, they lost it with NVIDIA, so they got it with AMD, but then somebody came out later and said, no, we still have it with NVIDIA, so I don't know. Interesting results. Oh man, I just thought one thing that would be really interesting too. How will it handle some older APIs? Like DirectX 9. I mean, DirectX 11, yeah, you have to make sure that's still good because so many games still use that today. DirectX 12 and Vulkan, naturally, being the two most current APIs, but how do you cover DirectX 9? Because it's old enough, you don't necessarily need to do it, but it's also you lack the experience working with your architecture on it already. That will be very interesting. I only just was finally reading that warning on the other side. Boy, a third-person camera would be nice at times like this. I should invent that at some point soon, just because of being able to get rid of all the physics objects in there that it has to deal with. I should also start stacking that stuff up as best I can. Get it out of the way. Especially since I'm running over it. Have a bin or something, it would help so much with these smalls. based on, because like, a number of the other maps are based on various movies, like Alien and Predator. I think I've seen both. I know I've seen Predator. That was... crap, I don't even name it now. But I remember, because he had like the skinned bodies hanging in trees. I still need to see the Predator movie, the original. I don't think I'm all that interested in the newer one. I watched Family Guy Summit years ago. Haven't watched any episodes for quite a long time. But I remember there was one where there was the stupid idea of a Jaws movie where there's Jaws and, being Jaws attacking humans and all that. But then there's a bigger Jaws, and so Jaws and humans have to team up to fight it. It's like, from what I saw of the trailers for that new Predator movie that was released like 2 or 3 years ago, I guess, it sounded exactly like that plot. And it's like, we were supposed to laugh at this in Family Guy, and now it's like how they actually... I mean, not true. Not seen the movie, so I don't know. Haven't read any reviews, so I don't know, but just based on the trailers, that's what it sounds like to me, and it's like, I don't think I care. I was supposed to laugh at this years ago when it was presented as a stupid idea. And it is a stupid idea. So, yeah. I just realized that the orb in the center has no shadow. It's just the ring. Oh, wait. I'd like to get that room emptied out, at least on the ground. And then I will vent it, but I'll probably first pull out a whole bunch of buckets. Since, any gore that the bucket machine gives me, I can then toss in there and vent. I got, what, three hits with the mop before it's like, you're done. just gonna throw it in the thing to vent. I just wanted to check and see what all is available in there. Which, true, I have the gauge tracker on, so you'd be able to know what I was looking Because it can start a fire, I'm gonna give it a next. Okay. It's like, it's bad enough I'm gonna be risking fires with the welder on me, but I don't need that thing also second. Sad that, 2 weeks ago I was doing work in a game with ray tracing, that even the GTX 1080 was actually handling the performance of that better than this is being handled right now, with the ray tracing enabled. The GPU that has to completely rely on its complete functionality, compute capabilities, the ray tracing is doing better. Damn. Really hoping I have one more use out of this, and that it's not a no. I have to go wash it right now. I see it there. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, huh. I guess that is a little slow, but no. I was doing it earlier and it didn't seem like it was making much difference. There are games that can support thousands of enemies being on screen at the same time. This game struggles with having so many just physics objects in it at the same time. Oh man, how the use of graphics development has changed things. swamp is completely soiled now. Yep. Timer going. Well, I would like some more buckets, but let's end this doing this. Alright. Where did that come from? It wasn't there. Well, that's this part. Yeah, just save over. Alright, gonna pause this for now. And yeah, gonna stop so I can start the next part. See you next time.